はい、皆さん、Vince です。こんにちは。Hello everyone, this is Vince. 今日、お元気ですか皆さん。Are you feeling okay right now, everyone? Um, well, 今日はですね、今回ご紹介するのは、こちらに難しそう漢字です。Well, what I want to introduce to you today, 今日の話題は what our topic for today is this difficult looking kanji here. 皆さん実は一年生的の漢字では今日の漢字について一番難しいなんです。残念です。Actually, everyone, I'll be frank to you that among the elementary grade 1 level of kanji, our topic for today is probably the most difficult to learn or memorize for that matter. 長いですがお付き合いをいただければとても嬉しく思います。This might take long, but if you could stay with me until the end, I'll be so happy. 皆さん、では皆さん最後まで見てくれて最後まで見てもらえたら嬉しいです。I'll be happy if you stay with me until the end. So では皆さん早速始めていきましょう。始めます。Let's start. Okay. So let's start with the strokes. It's just actually 5 strokes. Say, show, and the other kunyomi readings. First, the strokes, 皆さん。Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you have a kanji practice writing sheet, it is written in this way. Please take note of the kanji strokes order and the manner of strokes. The one with that part is the starting point of your pen or brush. Okay, so please just screenshot this manner. And what is this kanji right here? The meaning, the basic meanings at first glance. The meanings are, or imi, life, genuine, birth. Well, those are just rough representations of meanings, but there are actually lots of meanings in this kanji. Well, what are the onyomi? Onyomi, minasan. Say, we have 2. Say and show. Show, say and show. And minsan, I have just told you that there are only a few exceptions kanji that because I've told you before that okurigana mostly are present only in kunyomi readings, but there are for few exceptions that there are onyomi readings that has okurigana. And this our topic, our kanji right here are one of those few exceptions. Onyomi with okurigana. And particularly, what is that okurigana? Jiru, Jiru. The okurigana is Jiru, Jiru, and it is being appended as suffix or okurigana for the onyomi sho. Let's say shojiru. Okay, shojiru. So actually that shojiru thing, well, it's actually not very common in daily life, but in written exams, let's say JLPT, you might encounter shojiru. Well, what is that shojiru? Can we just take a look on that shojiru? Shojiru. Well, shojiru is here. Shojiru is a transitive verb. Shojiru is a transitive verb, meaning to produce, to yield, to cause. To produce, to yield, to cause. And it's usually present in JLPT level exam of N2 or N3. It's shojiru. So it's just one of the exemptions for our onyomi with okurigana. Okay, continuing, what are the kunyomi readings? Wow, there are lots of kunyomi readings here, and take note, we have okurigana here. We have lots of kunyomi readings here, and we have lots of kunyomi characters here. So the kunyomi characters are written here in gray fonts. Okay, so just like here, this is ikiru, but the kiru part, you can see it's gray font, not white. The kiru part, that gray font there, is the okurigana, and it's written in gray, not instead of white. And you can see the separation point between the kanji part of the ikiru with the okurigana part. So the kanji right here will only represent the I, and then you follow it with kiru using hiragana. Okay, we have kunyomi readings. Well, lots of them minasan. So please stay with me until the end. This is probably the most difficult kanji in grade 1 level of kanji. Well, ikeru, ikas, ikeru, umareru, umu, o, haeru, hayas, ki, nama. For other hidden, these are the hidden kunyomi readings. Don't worry, minasan, you won't be needing those in probably 99% of your life in Japan, especially in exams. So I'm just presenting here those readings that will appear 99% of the time. Okay, these kunyomi readings here. So although it's quite a number of kunyomi readings here, ikiru, ikas, ikeru, umareru, umu, o, haeru, hayas, ki, nama. Okay, so for those who wants to know the Chinese reading, of course, if we have show, say, and show, and we have show, and that's closely related to the Chinese origin, sheng. Okay, so for those who are asking, is this kanji right here also a radical or component? Well, the answer is yes, but well, it will just appear in not so many kanji in the kanji system uses this as its main component, or meaning component rather. Okay, so I'll give you a learning tip, minasan, when it comes to the origin of this kanji. Well, actually, our kanji today, it's right here, our subject kanji today, that is a character that originated from this concept, a plant, shokubutsu, or plant. It's a plant that sprout out from, or or grew from a ground, grown from a ground, that sprout out from a ground. It's a plant that grew from the soil, or a plant that emerged from the soil. And you'll probably see this in many streets in Japan. You probably see this word in many streets in Japan, or in many konbini or convenience stores. Namabiru. Namabiru. Take note, I prolonged the letter I. I pronounced it in prolonged way. The I. Namabiru. Namabiru. What is namabiru? It's unpasteurized beer or draft beer. It's a draft beer or unpasteurized beer. And also, this kanji is also used in this very important, very controversial, actually, this concept here, or this compound word here has books just relating to this topic. Ikigai, pronounced as ikigai, is the reason for living. Something a person lives for, or purpose in life, or raison d'etre. Or this ikigai concept can also be used as a guide for career and or choice of livelihood or choice of career. And we have here a not so common usage word, o. But this one here, may I emphasize that this one here, the kunyomi reading here, o, is being stretched, or rather used in jinmeiyo, or usage of kanji for writing names or indicating names. So o, what is o? It's an archaic word, or probably used by samurai, or during the warring states, or ancient, or should I say the pre-Meiji era in Japan. And it's a transitive verb. It's an archaic word meaning to grow or to spring up. Okay, and definition number 2, you can ignore that definition number 2. Well, this is the ancient drawing for this kanji. I tell you, it's a plant. It's a plant that grew from the soil. It's a plant. So that's the origin, for you to have an idea, for better appreciation. Okay, so this kanji here, sei, show, it has a depiction of a sprouting plant from the ground or from the soil, indicating the original meaning, to grow or to emerge, or probably to emerge from a soil. Okay, original meaning, to grow, to emerge. Primary meaning, be alive or to exist. Physiological or raw. Uncooked, natural, or student, pupil. Secondary meaning, to bear or give birth to. Say umu. When this kanji right here is behaving as if when it is behaving as a radical or component, this is the original component meaning, to grow or to emerge. Now let's go right to the we have a layout rule here. A layout rule. If we have dot or blah blah blah, or nani or blah blah blah, and then this kanji, it is read as blah blah blah, say, and it has a meaning of student or pupil of. Let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say this is sei, S-E-I. For example, shogakusei, or student of elementary. Kokosei, student of secondary, or student of senior high school. Daigakusei, student of college. Okay, and just like here, ichinen sei, first year student. Nama, it's raw or uncooked. Okay, minasan, let's continuing. Well, this is just the origin or expert's opinion on the origin and etymology or evolution of the early depictions, probably during the Shang dynasty up to the last stage of Han dynasty. Well, you can screenshot, but you can screenshot the history, but I suggest that you don't tarry too much on that history, but just make an appreciation of it so that it will facilitate your learning. Okay, so continuing. Hikitazuki. Okay, well, speaking of this kanji, it is present in this very important word, tanjobi. Tanjobi.
Tanjobi.
Tanjobi. What is that? Birthday. Let's say you want to greet someone happy birthday. Tanjobi omedetou gozaimasu. Again, if you want to greet someone his or her birthday, you say Tanjobi omedetou gozaimasu. Or very casual, Tanjobi omedetou. Tanjobi omedetou.
Tanjobi.
Because Tanjo, well, B here is day. Tanjo is the actual birth or creation or formation. Tanjo. And again, we encounter this very important word that we see in many governmental forms in Japan. Seinengapi. Seinengapi. Birth date, and then you have to indicate, well, date of birth, you have to indicate the day, month, and year.
Seinengappi.
Seinengapi. Well, continuing on the term sensei. Just like me, Vince Sensei.
Sensei. Sensei.
Sensei. Well, minasan, actually, if you have to pronounce the sei in sensei or gakusei, it's actually, you have to mix the pronunciation, the one in between sei, the one in sei, and se. Se. So how will you mix it? Well, quite difficult. Se. It's not actually sensei, but sensei.
Sensei.
Okay. That's a teacher or a means of how you address someone that teaches. Okay. Instructor or not really master. Master is a very, well, an overrating term. Seikatsu. How you live your life. Seikatsu.
Seikatsu. Seikatsu.
How you live your life. Okay. Because livelihood right here could be say kuras or kurashi. Kurashi or kuras or kuraskuto. And then just like here, you probably heard this in the Tokusentai series Shaida. Fushigi Jiku Hasse. Let's say Shinkanpo will declare Fushigi Jiku Hasse, or strange strange time and space warp. Activate. Fushigi Jiku Hasse. Hasse.
Hasse.
Or to, let's say, outbreak, or to activate, or bring into occurrence, or bring into incidence, or generate. Okay. How about this? Issho.
Issho.
Issho means whole life or lifetime, all through life. Okay. Or a generation, perhaps. Shometsu, birth and death. Sei means life or living. Sei. How about this? Ikiru. Ikiru is an intransitive verb. Ikiru.
Ikiru.
Or to live or to exist. ikiru, ikiru. Or if you are still alive, mada ikishiteita, ikishiteita. Okay, nagaiki, longevity in life, longevity, nagaiki.
長生き
Ikas, I say you want to free a prisoner. Ikas, or you want to free a mugger. Ikas, to let live or to keep alive, or to make the best of, or to make use of, to put to good use. Ikas, and it's a transitive verb. Ikeru, ikeru means to arrange, to plant. Ikeru. How about this? Ikedori. Because the ikeru here is an ichidan or rule verb. Ichidan or rule verb. So if you will get the extracted stem of ikeru, it's ike. And if ike, then attach it with the other extracted form of, this is toru, toru. But what is the extracted form of toru? Tori. So extracted form added to another extracted stem, ike plus tori, ikedori. Why was it converted from tori to dori? Well, because I've said oftentimes if you have to make a fukugogo or kanji compounding, well, the non first kanji, its reading will receive a dakten or handakten reading, and the most of the time it will be dakten reading, with few exceptions of handakten. Ikedori,
ikedori
capturing alive. Let's say you want to capture alive a lion. Omareru, say 地球に生まれる、地球に生まれる、born in earth。生まれる、惑星ベジータに生まれた、born in planet Vegeta。生まれる、intransitive verb to be born。生まれ、the extracted stem of 生まれる。生む、this is very important 皆さん。生む、Umu means to give birth or to bear or to lay. You want to lay eggs or to give birth or to bear. Umu. Remember this. Umu. And then o, as I have said before, this is o, another kanji compounding or fukugogo. O, when we get the extracted stem of o, it's oi. Plus another kanji kanji stem, shigeru. Well, oi shigeru, to grow thickly or to be overgrown. Well, the key kanji here is the second kanji here. Shigeru means to overgrow. Shigeru. Oi shigeru means to overgrow something that has life, or to grow thickly something that has life or has anima. Oitachi, growth, development. Oitachi.
oitachi
Okay. How about this? O.
o
Well, not very common in modern day Japan, but this one, the next one is common. Haeru, to grow. Let's say to grow an orchid. To grow an orchid on a trunk of a very big tree. Haeru. Okay. Okay. Haeru.
生える生える
Okay. Heki ni haeru. You want to grow shukubutsu o heki ni haeru. To grow that plant mounted on a wall. Haeru.
生える
Okay. How about this?
芽生える芽生える
Mebairu, as I've said, non first, the effect of kanji compounding or fukugogo for most of the time, for the non-first kanji, the reading will be affected. It will be transformed from its normal reading to a dakten form or handakten form. This is haeru, but it is now used in kanji compounding or fuhugogo. So what is the dakten form of haeru? The sound ba, baeru.
Mebairu.
Mebairu, meaning to bud or to sprout. Okay. How about this?
生やす
Hayasu. Actually, this is a very difficult term. Hayasu is JLPT N1 level kind of word. Hayasu. Transitive verb.
生やす
It's a transitive verb that means to wear a beard or to grow or to cultivate.
生やす
Hayasu. And you can see it has the, please be careful of the okurigana, just like here in the hairu and mebairu, the okurigana are the eru, and then here in hayasu, the okurigana is the hayasu. So not all parts of the not all of the readings are covered by the kanji, only some, just like here, only the hayasu.
生やす
How about this? Ki. This is another JLPT N1 or highest level JLPT word. Ki
き
means pure or undiluted, and this ki here is almost always being used as a prefix. It's a ki ito, a pure or raw silk thread. Ki ito.
き糸
Okay. About this kiji. Actually, the kiji here is we have definitions here, but I think the most close representation for this term here,
生地
kiji, is this, the one with dough or butter, or this one, unglazed pottery. Actually, this is the top one most representative of this word here, unglazed pottery.
生地
Kiji, and the other are just the other definitions were based because of by context and derived meanings by context, just like here, dough or butter or skin with no makeup. They're just derived meanings from situational context. Okay. Seipon, sorry, kiipon.
き一本
Straightforwardness.
き一本
And take note, it's a na adjective. Kiipona. Kiipona hito means a straightforward person.
き一本
Kiipona hito, or kiipona komento, a straightforward comment. Nama meaning raw, uncooked, fresh, natural, or unedited, unprocessed. Nama, just like nama biru, or draft beer, or a very fresh beer, nama biru. Or unpolished, or live, or inexperienced. Okay, it has more than 3 definitions, nama, and it's usually being used as a prefix, just like nama biru. Biru is beer. Nama biru is draft beer. Okay. Nama namashi. Lively.
生々しい
Okay. How about this? Namamizu. Unboiled water. Namamizu.
生水
Okay. Let's go now. Okay. Gakse. Students.
学生
Gakse. And another way of addressing students, seito.
生徒
Seito is Seito also has the meaning students or pupils, school child. Seito. Sensei, we already got that. Seikatsu, your life, how you live your life. Seikatsu.
生活
Seikatsu. Kokosei, a senior high school student. Kokosei.
高校生、
大学生 a university student.
大学生、
人生 it's the life per se of a person. Okay, from conception to death, the life of a person.
人生、
人生一生 whole life.
一生、
一生 is whole life, lifetime. 小学生 elementary school student. 小学生
小学生、
How about this? 成長 成長したな You've grown up. 成長したな Okay. 成長
成長、
meaning it doesn't only apply to plants and animals, but it also applies to humans. 成長 or the way you have grown yourself. 成長 Again, the seinen gapi.
生年月日、
You will see that in many forms, documents. And this one, very familiar to you. Ikebana. Ikebana.
生け花、
It's a Japanese art. Arrangement of flowers. Ikebana. Or nensei. Say someone ask you, 高校生だな. Okay. 高校生ね. And then someone will ask you, 何年生ですか? 何年生ですか? Or from what year are you in? What particular year in your school are you in right now? 年生 何年生 何年生ですか? Okay.
年生、
年生 You say you will reply 2年生 I am second year. 高校生正確に2年生 I'm senior high school. To be specific, second year 2年生. Yasei, usually in animals or beast or a wild animal. Yasei. Shusho, birth.
出生、
It's
出
a,
生、
it's a JLPTN one word here. Shusho, but not so common in daily life in Japan. But when it comes to exam and other formal written Japanese, you'll probably encounter this shusho or shusei, meaning birth. Okay, seiri, physiology. Seikei, livelihood. Now let's go to sentences, minasan. We're running out of time. I'm taking much of your time, minasan. So we'll just discuss some few sentences here. Say, Ruriko is a high school student. Ruriko is a high school student. Or to be exact, senior high school student. Kokosei.
ルリコは高校の学生だ。
Ruriko wa koukou no gakusei da. Okay. Naresugi wa anadori wo umu. Well, this is a very probably you'll be using this in office setup or office politics, or even in your family, in reunions. Naresugi wa anadori wo umu. Anadori means contempt or scorn or contempt. This anadori. Or familiarity is nareru, but naresugi means too much familiarity. Familiarity breeds contempt.
慣れすぎは侮りを生む。
Okay, let's say Kim is still alive. Kim was still alive. Kim was still alive. Kim wa mada ikiteita. If you want to make this present tense, or let's say Kim is still alive, Kim wa mada ikiteiru or mada ikiteimasu. Mada ikiteiru or mada ikiteimasu. But here it's a past tense, so Kim wa mada ikiteita.
キムはまだ生きていた。
Okay, so just like here, she is an American student. Sue wa is an American student. Sue はアメリカ人の学生だ。
スーはアメリカ人の学生だ。
Okay. Let's say fish cannot live out of water. 魚は水中をなければ生きられない。
魚は水中でなければ生きられない。
Okay. 魚は水中でなければ生きられない。Fish cannot live out of water.
魚は水中でなければ生きられない。
Okay. So for our names, minasan, I'm taking much of your time. So if you could just the furigana or the caption for this names usage is written directly below the kanji, just like here, hiyo.
ひよ、ひなせ。
Or here, misono.
みその、みその。
Okay, so for other names, well, the furigana or the kana captions or kana subtitles are just written directly below the kanji, and please just screenshot those, minasan. Please just screenshot the other names here. Okay, and lastly, our final part for our lesson for today, I want to impart to you, minasan, an important learning skill here. Okay, let's say 難しい話題というのは一体どうやって習えばんですか。難しい話題というのは一体どうやって習えばんですか。答え3つの方法で習う。答え3つの方法で習う。Well, translation. When faced against a difficult topic, just how do we learn it? How do we learn it? Well, the answer is it is learned in 3 ways. Say we have 3 ways of learning. Let's say language learning, third language learning. Particularly when you want to learn third language or even in bar exams, we have 3 learnings here. Spaced repetition system, SRS. Active recall, well, you can search this in Google. Spaced repetition systems, active recall, and third way, especially for those learning third language, 慣れるんだ meaning just be used to it or be accustomed to it. Well, spaced repetition and active recall are powerful study techniques minasan, that when combined together, it significantly enhances long-term memory recall, long-term memory retention and learning. The spaced repetition system, SRS, involves reviewing the material at increasing intervals, while active recall focuses on retrieving information from memory rather than passively reading it. Well, the way to be for this number 3 particularly, and particularly for number 3, I suggest the immersion technique, and for number 1 and number 2, I suggest an app or a website called Anki. Okay, and in language, especially not only in language but also in other apps, say in computer apps and even in language or even in AutoCAD, we have a saying, minasan. I want you to jot down these techniques, not just here items 1 to 3, but also try to remember, minasan. We have a saying, use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. So the more you use it, the more you get used to it, the more you're accustomed to it, the more you will learn. But conversely, if you're not using it, most likely you will lose it, you will forget it. Okay, so that's the final leg or final point of our lesson for today, minasan, and I thank you for staying with you until the end, and I apologize for taking much of your time today. 最後まで見てくれてありがとうございます。皆さんご視聴くださり誠にありがとうございます。皆さん Thank you for watching until the end, and probably I'll just make a separate topic for that ikigai and for this SRS and Anki. Okay, and this actively call here. Okay, I just make a very short special edition lessons, short lessons or supplemental lessons with regard to that. I'll see you in the next video, minasan. And 今日はここまでです。This is as far as we go. では皆さん、また次の動画でお会いしましょう。I'll see you in the next video, 皆さん。Let's meet in the next lesson, 皆さん。では皆さん、ありがとう。バイバイ。